Hi, dprjones here. Let me quickly bring you up to speed with recent events. Approximately a week ago I posted a video, Bible Thumpers Admitted You Are Homophobic Bigots. In response to that video, a YouTube user, Wolf Syndrome, made a two-part video response. It concluded with this statement.
Finally, because I personally believe in Hammurabi's eye for eye, tooth for tooth, which may have been ripped off by the biblical authors, I will now throw your own closing statement right back in your face. dprjones, admit it. You are just a religious phobic bigot.
I responded with a further video, I'm a religious phobic bigot, ? In which I concluded with this statement.
dprjones, admit it. You are just a religious phobic bigot.
No, I could not disagree more. I know, like, get on with, and admire many people with religious views, people of several denominations. The point of my video was set out in the first two sentences of the video. Hi, dprjones here. In this video I wish to address those who justify their feelings against homosexuality on biblical grounds. That is to say, those that rely upon the Christian scriptures to justify their homophobic views. What I hate is homophobia, and in particular those that rely on the Bible to justify it. Links to all of these videos are available in the description. Wolf Syndrome then responded with a further video entitled Why I Called dprjones a Religious Bigot.
My message to you basically said, your fans are voting my videos down and outright insulting me, so it's only fair that I get your opinion now. Did you think I was saying you're responsible for their actions? Well, that's not what I meant. I meant I got the cavalry's opinion, so I might as well get yours now. Most of the comments and ratings I've gotten since haven't even been on that video. People are leaving comments about my video response to you on videos that have nothing to do with you whatsoever. But I got one that didn't just say something childish, like the ones that call me noobtard or retard.
Let me make it clear, although I have already done so in a previous video. I do not, nor have I ever invited anyone to rate or flag any video. And I'll go further than that. Please do not downrate any video simply because the person who posted it disagrees with my views. Rate it on its merits. In any event, he then goes on.
This comment reminded me why I bothered responding to your video in the first place. First of all, your video's title, Bible Thumpers Admit It, You Are Homophobic Bigots. Bible Thumper is not a Christian denomination. It is a condescending remark and is both uncalled for and unnecessary. You showed pictures of an extremist Christian group that calls homosexuals fags, which is the equivalent to you calling a Christian either a homophobe or a Bible thumper. Most Christians believe in the concept of love the sinner, hate the sin. However, you showed a picture of an extremist group that says God hates fags. This is called propaganda. It is intended to elicit anger or hatred towards a group, regardless of the fact that not everyone in the group thinks and feels the same way. It is the same propaganda technique that some religious leaders use against atheists to make Christians afraid of us or untrusting of us.
Let me repeat, yet again. Hi, dprjones here. In this video I wish to address those who justify their feelings against homosexuality on biblical grounds. That is to say, those that rely upon the Christian scriptures to justify their homophobic views. It may be helpful to look at the definition of homophobia, an extreme and irrational aversion to homosexuality and homosexuals. That is why, despite your criticism of me using pictures of the Westboro Baptist Church, I feel it is entirely justified in the context of my video. You go on to say this.
I have a friend who is a minister and has many gay friends. He also believes God thinks homosexuality is a sin, and yet he gets along with gay people. You know why? Because they don't spit petty childish insults at each other such as homophobe, bigot, or fag. The whole point of Christianity is to regard God's opinion as higher than your own, so it's logically unsound to accuse Christians of being bigots. The bigotry belongs to God, and they have to follow His rules. The point of calling you a religious phobic bigot in your own voice was to show you how you sound to people like my minister friend, who in no way deserves the rudeness that stems from your ignorance of his version of Christianity and how his Christianity works. In regards to them, you are a religious phobic bigot.
How condescending. I get on with you despite the fact that I make a derogatory moral judgment about you and your sinful behaviour. To consider homosexuality to be sinful is, in my view, extreme. To base it on the Bible is irrational. And therefore I feel completely justified in saying that those that base their homophobia on the Bible are homophobic bigots.
Weaseling your way out by saying, "No, I'm not, I like religions," is sad. You're a smart guy, therefore I see no reason to assume you didn't know that I was referring to you being bigoted in regards to the specific religion both our videos were about.
Hi, dprjones here. In this video I wish to address those who justify their feelings against homosexuality on biblical grounds. That is to say, those that rely upon the Christian scriptures to justify their homophobic views.
The rudeness of your delivery and your unwillingness to understand the people you insult is making all of us atheists look bad. That's why I've responded to you. You're a smart guy. Please don't waste your brain by becoming another amazing atheist, when what we really need is another Sam Harris, James Randi, or Bill Nye.
If it were the case that most Christian bishops, priests, pastors, reverends, vicars, or whatever, held the views of those of the Bishop of Oxford, then I would have no complaints whatsoever.
Well, if you take the issue of homosexuality, there's no doubt about it. There are a number of texts, not as many as people think, but a few texts, which clearly regard homosexuality as wrong, both in the Old Testament very strongly, but they're also there in the New Testament. But, of course, it's a question of how you interpret the Bible, whether it's really right to just simply extract a few isolated texts rather than seeing the whole message of the Bible and the whole message of Jesus. But I think there's another, perhaps even more fundamental one, which links in to your fundamental interest in evolution. Our understanding of what it is to be a gay or lesbian now is very, very different from what it was, let us say, in the Roman world when the New Testament's written. I mean, they really thought that people could really choose either to have homosexual relationships, heterosexual relationships, or be bisexual, as a lot of them chose to be. They thought it was purely a matter of choice. We now actually know that a significant percentage of people are predominantly attracted to members of their own sex. They didn't choose to be that way. The cause is still mysterious. We don't know whether genetic, biochemical, or psychological, or what. But that's how they find themselves. Now, it seems to me that we actually have to face that fact in exactly the same way we have to face the fact that the world evolved over 4.5 billion years of this earth. This is one of the facts you have to face. And I would want to say that there are certain fundamental principles in the Bible about marriage, about relationships, about loyalty, about faithfulness, which are quite properly transferable from heterosexual relationships to homosexual relationships. Now, so it's a question of the changing facts as well as a changing understanding of how the Bible should be interpreted.